Well...
Finally found myself a job. I couldn't be happier about it.
More customers always show up whenever Lord Guojia does. He's popular with all types.
I used to be a yellow turban, just like Jian.
How fun! Do you mind?
I used to be a yellow turban, just like Jian.
Well now. Appreciate it.
Now that I'm a
Thank you for your time today, Lord Pang Tong.
Let me think about what you said. Now, I'll be on my way. Have you some spare time? I'd appreciate your company. This is a bit sudden, but I'm wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Who is this, if I may? Indeed. My name is Yueying. I've come from Yanjin to study here and broaden my horizons. I came to visit here because, well...
Destroying weapons is something of a specialty of yours, right? This lady here enjoys inventing tools that better people's lives, so she wants to know how things work. Creation and destruction are but two sides of the same coin, aren't they? And I can already see that you two would get along. So, Lady Yueying, that solves your problem. And as I don't want to intrude, I'll be off.
And there he goes. Well, I know this is sudden and I do not wish to be a bother, but may we chat for a bit? My goal is to invent things that will make everyone's lives easier and more bountiful. But there was only so much I could achieve back home, completely lacking any form of support. So I made up my mind to set out on a journey in the hope of gaining more knowledge and seeing the latest inventions. And I thought, what better place to encounter interesting people than the renowned Shui Jing retreat? And here, I found you. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad to hear a positive reaction for once. But do you not consider my goal foolish? Many have been suspicious of my motives, or doubted that the knowledge I seek will lead to anything. I fear I cannot express just how much your words mean to me. But I know I still have so much work to do. I will be sure not to squander this chance. Oh, I think I'm turning red. I never thought I'd speak so openly to someone I just met. Even if this was a coincidence, it's the result of my own courage. And I'm thankful for meeting people I never would have otherwise. Would you like to come to the inn where I'm staying? I would love to show you my prototypes and hear your opinion. And please be completely honest. I'll accept anything you have to say. After all, you're the first person who has truly taken me seriously. Well then, are you ready to go?
Oh, it's you. Show him what you're made of.
The doctor gave me some medicine when
Now is the time for forward momentum. Come, onward! March forward! And open. Take this! Whoa. The path we must walk.
The enemy officer
Onward!
has been defeated.
Everyone!
Start the advance! Let's go! Open it! Take that! And open it! Open it! With all my might.
Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated. And open it! The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy is strong. Things might get tough.
Solid stratagem. I challenge you to battle.
Let's go. The enemy officer has been
How did my
defeated.
perfect plan fail?
And open it. Officer has been defeated. And open. Let's go. And open it. Oh. And open. Rough. With all my might. Let's go. Officer has been defeated. Onward! To join our allies! Begin the advance! The enemy officer has been defeated. And open. Let's give it to them. Time to act. Way to stick it to them. Need to let loose. Let's march. Now. Tables turned.
Infested.
The enemy officer has been defeated. You ought to quit charging into things. No. I see a chance to advance here. Now, onward! Take this. Start the advance. Looking rough. Way to stick it to them. Time for me to let loose. Let's march. Situation. The enemy officer has been defeated. All units, march! Begin the advance! The enemy officer has been defeated. Take with all my might. Time to act. Citizens here! Curtain draws here. The enemy officer has been defeated. I'll go after. The damned rampage stops now! Your side march! Now! Looking rough. How about this? You'll keep me amused, I hope. How's this? Now. Time to act. The enemy officer has been defeated. Match. We must push harder. Time to act. Looking rough. Take this. Infested. The enemy officer has been defeated. officer has been defeated.
Gave me some medicine when I got hurt.
You seem to be in rather high spirits. Oh, yes. Might you remember what I said to you before? You are no one, so you can yet be someone. And you can be someone, and yet you are still no one. Does that ring true to you? Ah, excellent. I knew my faith in you was not ill-placed. What you choose will, in turn, be who you become. That's what I wanted to say. Right now, you're figuring out the path you should take. It's plain to see on your face. The path you ought to take. Oh no, I'm afraid I was giving advice beyond my station. For what kind of person am I? What kind of person will I become? I have no right to speak of such things to others while I myself remain unsure. Well, it is a shameful thing. Together it is, then. I must say, I'm glad to hear you say that. Each time we interact, I walk away feeling energized anew. Now, I've no excuse to avoid putting my all into the matters ahead.
Not many people can read and write. The few who can ought to make...
Lord Sun Quan sure seemed to be enjoying himself at the banquet.
Might break out again. Here's to hoping we don't get caught up in it.
Wanderers are pretty common this day and age. Guys like me, too. They say this...
The Yellow Turbans surrendered to Lord Cao Cao. Hopefully, this will bring a measure of peace.
It is good to see you. If you don't mind,
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Looking rough. Time to act. Time to act. Whoa.
And open. And open it. And open. Whoa. And open it. Punch attack.
I am grateful.
Things have gotten so much better around here.
More customers always show up whenever Lord...
Just look at how far we've come. We started out as a bunch of bumpkins from Yo, but now we're great officers, getting audiences with royalty. I don't know what it is about my brothers, but the Emperor and Cao Cao seem to have taken a liking to them. Thinking back on it now, a lot has changed since our early days. The only thing that hasn't changed is me. I wonder if I should start making some changes myself. Well, isn't that nice to hear? If you really think so, then maybe I don't. But my brothers always seem to have their heads on straight. They don't get mad, no matter what. And I lose my temper at the first sign of trouble. That's the one thing that's never changed. Speaking of changes, you're quite different than you were when we first met. But your heart is more or less in the same place. I always feel at ease with you.
Nothing has changed since Dong Chuo's rule. Just what is Cao Cao thinking? Treating His Majesty like this?
Well, he is the one with full control over the court. To him, the Emperor is a mere puppet. His Majesty might not speak ill of him in front of us, but surely he must be displeased.
Or perhaps he is afraid because he is unable to discern Cao Cao's intentions.
Have some respect. His Majesty would never fear a charlatan like him.
Well, I am certain our dear Emperor is pained at all the tyrannical deeds committed in his name. Perhaps we should have forgone Cao Cao and entrusted someone with more prestige, like Yuan Shao.
But I hear that Liu Bei might also be worthy.
Well met. On patrol, I presume?
It has grown late. Perhaps it would be wise to leave the patrols to the troops and rest.
Speaking of which, we shall do the same. We bid you good night.
What timing? I've just received word that Lord Gongsun Zan was defeated by Lord Yuan Shao at Yijing. I owed a great deal to that man. Lord Gongsun Zan took me under his wing when I was directionless. He even nominated me as a minister of Ping Yuan. This chaos has claimed a dear friend. Thank you for your concern. But to be honest, it hasn't dampened my spirits as much as you might imagine. Lord Gongsun Zan's defeat has given Lord Yuan Shao the 4 provinces north of the river, making his kingdom the most powerful in the land. Conflict with Lord Cao Cao will be unavoidable. History is being written. Great changes are coming to our world. The sadness I should be feeling at the loss of a great friend has been replaced by strange excitement for the future. I have something to discuss with you. Tonight, let us enjoy drinks in the moonlight before feasting together in your room.
We're gonna drive out Cao Cao?
Shh. Not so loud, Zhang Fei.
But why with the Emperor?
I am not sure of His Majesty's true intentions, but he is clearly not satisfied with the current state of affairs. So, what say the 3 of you?
What can I say? Your mind's already made up, isn't it?
Yeah. Helping all those in need. That's what you set out to do.
Yes. I suppose that is what it all comes down to. I spoke with the Emperor here and learned how much he is suffering under the current arrangement. I will do what I believe is right, in the way I see fit. If His Majesty is asking for help, then I want to answer the call.
Heh, that's the Liu Bei we all know. Besides, we never plan to just keep taking orders from Cao Cao forever, right?
I have no objections. But how are we going to carry out such a plan? As it stands, we are nothing more than the guests of Lord Cao Cao's. We don't have the soldiers, let alone the support necessary to succeed.
First, we will remove ourselves from Lord Cao Cao's influence and claim some land on which to establish a base. Lord Cao Cao has been talking about attacking Yuan Shu in anticipation of Yuan Shao's forces coming south. That will be our opportunity to leave Shu City. Our destination is in Shu, the castle at Xiapi. With the time we've spent there, I'm sure the people will give us a warm welcome upon our return.
I'm no strategist, but do you really think we should bother with attacking Yuan Shu? If we're just going to turn on Cao Cao anyway, I don't see why we need to keep following his orders.
I understand your thoughts, but we cannot deny that he has helped us on many occasions. I'd like to repay him for that. You do? That's good to hear. I wasn't sure what I would do without your support.
It's just like you to think this way, brother. But that's the part of you we admire most. Stay true to your chosen path. While Liu Bei is away negotiating the alliance with Yuan Shao, it's up to us to defend Xiapi. His family also resides within this castle. Should anything happen, we must be ready to guard it with our lives. Yes, it is a relief to have you here with us. With Cao Cao's forces engaging Yuan Shu's massive army, I can't see the commander himself bringing soldiers our way, but there's reason enough to believe he might send one of his officers. We need to stay vigilant. I am sure Liu Bei and the others will be able to secure the alliance and bring back reinforcements. All we can do is put our faith in them and perform our duty here.
Xiapi is surrounded by so many waterways. If they overflow, the city may just float away.
Lord Zuluan has a discerning eye. Zuluan has a discerning eye.
There are plenty of marshes and rivers around here.
Greetings. Yes, I've been thinking a bit about Liu Bei and where we might go from here. When he told us that he had found his purpose, when he decided to part ways with Lord Cao Cao to establish a base of our own, I was happy. If we could spare the people of this troubled world even one source of grief, then we sworn brothers would proudly charge into battle. And yet, he still lacked a solid ambition for us to pursue. He would speak of doing great things for the world, but never decided what those great things would be. But then, after fighting Louis Bu and having that discussion with Lord Cao Cao, something changed. He found some sense of purpose. This could well be the turning point. Will he be able to seize this opportunity to rise? That is why it is more important than ever that we support him, no matter what. That's what I like to hear. We must all work together to help him achieve greatness.
We have a report!
What is it?
Cao Cao's forces are advancing on Xiapi Castle!
How could this be? What about my brothers?
We have received no word. There are rumors that they have fallen to Cao Cao's forces. Please, sir, your orders!
We must defend the castle at all costs. I'm counting on you to help us make it through this.
The castle's imposing visage is the only thing that hasn't changed.
You there.
defeat in numbers and in spirit. Do not fear, Guan Yu. Bring this castle down around them.
Behind me lies Liu Bei's home. I shall defend it with my life if need be. I won't let you or anyone else lay a hand on my brother's stronghold or his family. Enemies already invaded the castle. Drive them out.
The enemy officer
Any who invade
has been
our
defeated.
stronghold will be met with our blades.
The enemy officer
shall return
has
after
been defeated.
reviewing my strategy.
Let's go.
Good work, everyone. All the foes who entered the castle have fled.
Don't allow the enemy even a shred of hope. Attack them relentlessly.
There's still so many of them. I'm counting on you. Let us divide our efforts to halt the enemy's advance.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go.
As long as I'm here, we won't get through. I don't care how many men you have. Now be gone unless you wish to taste my blade.
So, this is what Guan Yu's like when he's serious. Facing him head-on may be a difficult feat.
You have my thanks. We pulled through somehow. With your help. We'll go defend the gate. And open it. Amazing! You're a swift and deadly warrior.
Where did I go wrong? Things don't look too good. Retreat would be the best option right now.
The enemy officer No letting up. has been Press defeated. the attack. The enemy will crumble soon enough. Now, there we go. I see it. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Are you looking to lead the charge as well? That makes us perfect rivals.
Turn the table. Whoa. Time to attack. Time to act. Too cocky. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Well, I still can.
Fear not. Push on through. Onward. Have faith in our victory.
I challenge you to battle.
Tables turn. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Hold it back for now.
Xiapi Castle is surrounded by rivers. Liu Bei's forces will likely be wary of any attempts to flood it. So, let's test that theory first.
The enemy's after the floodgates. Then they'll have to answer to me.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer
The real battle
has
starts
been
here.
defeated.
The enemy's holding out well considering the difference in strength of our forces. Even so, the resistance cannot last forever. victory in the name of our brother.
Looking rough. Time to act.
I claim another victory in the name of our brother.
I thought they'd come marching in with a huge army. Does this mean they're nearly done for?
Excuse me? Time to act. Looking rough. Really? It can't be. What just happened? Whoa. Really? All my might. This isn't over. This isn't over. What just happened? Oh no. It can't be. What just happened? Is that it? I see it. It can't be that. What just happened? Not done yet. The enemy officer still needed. Has been defeated. That means I must fall back for now.
You've been able to hold out until now. Still, Cao Cao's forces are no joke.
He's still putting up a fight? Well, I suppose I should have expected as much from the famed Guan Yu. Still, he must be getting quite nervous under these circumstances. Let's take advantage of the situation while he's on the back foot.
The enemy formation has changed? Perhaps we can approach the enemy's stronghold now? Might be a trap. Yet, we won't last long at this rate. Let us take this chance to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Advance now!
Looks like it worked. Now, it's time to put an end to Guan Yu.
Guan Yu, I, Zhang Liao, shall be your opponent. Ready your weapon!
That is more than ready for a trap. I'll cleave our way through and bring us that much closer to victory.
The enemy officer has been
Guan
defeated.
Yu in check. Now is our chance to take Xiapi Castle. Shall we initiate the advance?
Is that it? The castle falls. All of this will be for naught. Still, all we can do now is fight the foes before us. Now, believe in your allies and in our victory to come.
Was that move intentional or just foolish?
Your absolute worst nightmare.
Turn the table. All my might.
Come to
The
this.
enemy officer has been
Things
defeated.
are going my way today. Maybe next time.
Your efforts truly are impressive, but I cannot lose for the sake of Lord Cao Cao.
I shall retreat now,
Has been defeated.
so that I may fight again another day.
You are foolish for charging ahead like this. If you were under my command, I would have you executed.
All my might. Now.
falter! I shall put my all into halting your events, here and now!
Turn the table. Can't believe the enemy officer has been defeated.
I hope you're ready. We cannot allow the isolated enemy to escape. Excuse me. You see it all.
All my might.
Looking rough. Situation. The enemy officer has been defeated.
All my might.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I failed somewhere. I shall analyze later. For now, I must go back.
Who knew there was such a tough guy here?
I
did not expect.
The enemy officer
My mission is far from
has been
complete.
defeated.
Yet I have no choice but to retreat now.
We're going to end this with my own hands. Time to advance.
I have no choice but to retreat.
Did I think this is the enemy officer?
I am ill-equipped for this task. I must retreat.
We've broken through. This is our chance. Onward to victory.
Fantastic. Come now, surrender your life to me.
Allies are doing well. Keep going. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Fantastic.
I see it. Time to act.
All my might.
I won't let this chance.
Tables. Now.
Fantastic.
The enemy officer
I've had so much
has been
fun,
defeated.
but it seems it's about time for me to withdraw.
So, you're among their ranks. Now it makes sense why we've had such trouble.
I've proved I'm a true warrior. The enemy officer has been defeated. Turn the table.
You really are a dangerous one, Guan Yu. I'm afraid I'll have to take you down.
decide the outcome of this battle. Ready your weapon!
Good eye. The enemy officer has been defeated. All my might. Time to act. I see it. All my might. Time to attack. Let's go. Behold my power! Let's end this! My strength fails. The enemy officer has been defeated.
To have turned after we held such a great advantage. We were careless indeed.
Let's go.
Even so, it is futile to struggle against us. You lot have no chance of winning.
All units, assault Xiapi! We must capture the castle! Post haste!
By the heavens, Lord Cao Cao himself is here. We better retreat for now and bolster the castle's defenses. I won't give in, no matter how many people you throw at me. As long as I draw breath, I, Guan Yu, shall protect this stronghold.
Spirit.
Lord Guan Yu! The castle has already fallen. Surrender at once!
Never! I shall fight to my last breath!
You would dishonor yourself out of stubborn pride, breaking your vow to your sworn brothers that you would die together, defying your duty to protect that which Liu Bei entrusted to you. Would your honor truly allow that?
I need 3 promises from you. I will surrender to the Emperor, not to Lord Cao Cao. No harm shall come to the family of Liu Bei. And the moment I find my brothers, I shall run to their side.
You have my word. I shall convey your wishes to.
I accept those terms. How outstanding to have a renowned hero such as you on our side. May our acquaintance be long and fruitful.
Ah, there you are.
Lord Cao Cao, I cannot thank you enough for ensuring the safety of Liu Bei's family.
Think nothing of it. More importantly, I have something I want to ask you. Guan Yu, what would you say to an invitation to remain in my service?
What?
Forgive me. It was not my preference to ask him directly. If the proper authority were present, I certainly would have made the request accordingly, but...
I am flattered by the offer, but I will stand by my brother's side for as long as I draw breath.
And what if Liu Bei is no longer of this world?
Lord Cao Cao.
No need to look so grim. I merely asked what if. I will not force you to decide now. Take your time and think it over.
Certainly. He has been incredibly generous and has treated Liu Bei's family well. That is a debt I must repay in full before I leave, but I do not intend to stay here long. I will leave as soon as I know where my brother has gone. No matter how many losses he suffers, or how weak he becomes, my brother is the only one that can bring salvation to the victims of our troubled times. I truly believe that.
I never expected you to fall back under my influence. I'm glad to see you, Ziluan. Ever since you joined Liu Bei, I was certain we would never get another chance to meet like this. But now, both you and Guan Yu have fallen right into my hands. I can think of no greater gift. Are you? Well, it's good that you've made up your mind. After the loss of Xiapi, Liu Bei's whereabouts are still unknown. You may stay here for as long as you wish. Of course, if you're already determined to stay, I'd much rather you remain permanently in my service. In any case, I see no reason to keep you under guard. I promise you will be treated with all the respect a guest is due. It goes without saying that Liu Bei's family will also be well taken care of. I wouldn't dare disrespect your loyalty to him. Get some rest for now, Ziluan. May your next journey be fruitful. And hopefully, at my side.
found myself a job. I couldn't be happier about it.
Gotten so much better around here that you can hardly...
Finally found myself a job. I couldn't be happier about it.
Yuan Chao's forces gathered around Baima greatly outnumber our own. They must be trying to quash our potential strategies with sheer numbers.
Be that as it may, any commander who would lead such a massive army is bound to let his hubris get the better of them. We must discover and strike at where they have been negligent. The question is how?
Send a small force to ambush them? No. It would be but a momentary diversion against an army that large. Though if we can separate their forces, we may be able to take them down one group at a time.
Separate them how? I doubt Yuan Shao would be easily fooled.
If one wants to catch a catfish sleeping at the bottom of a pond, one must use valuable bait.
Bait?
Very well. I will join the assault. Then even Yuan Shao will panic and send his army.
This town has gotten bigger.
I heard something's about to happen in Guandu, and I do not like the sound of that.
Let's begin.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Listen.
Time has come.
Now go. I will act as bait and lure away their main force. You take a detached force to drive through the gap and relieve Baima Castle.
Those are Cao Cao's forces? Headed for Baima Castle? I have to warn Lord Yanjin.
If they inform the main force of our position, we will lose the advantage of surprise. Quickly, pursue them!
We will keep the enemy at bay. We must hurry to Lord Yanliang's side. March forward!
We have received word that Cao Cao himself is headed for Yanjin. We cannot let this opportunity go to waste. We shall send our troops to target him. We march at once!
Hold my tongue on that! Oh my God! I see. Did I think
the enemy officer has been defeated. It appears we have evaded detection by the enemy for now. We will continue our advance swiftly and silently.
All my might!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Their numbers matter not, for I will never falter. With enough wisdom and courage, there is always a path to victory. Begin advancing! Let's go!
Lord Cao Cao's renown makes him an excellent decoy. Just look at the size of the force they've sent after him. With this many of their soldiers here, Baima should be relatively unguarded. Our task is to do all that we can to protect Lord Cao Cao.
This is our chance. Take the enemy by surprise!
The strength of Yuan Shao's forces lies in their inexhaustible numbers. They seem to be pouring out from the fort in an endless stream. We should first focus our efforts on taking the fort. That will force them to
The enemy
change their
officer
strategy.
has been defeated.
Now advance!
I see. Behold, Allied forces are marching to our aid.
This will be enough
The
to break
enemy
the
officer
siege.
has
Stand
been
strong.
defeated.
Our victory is imminent.
I owe Lord Cao Cao a great debt of gratitude. This battle is my chance to repay it with my blade.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Guan Yu! You think you were skilled enough? Turn the tables. We're on even ground now. This is our chance to make a move.
We shall attack like a surging wave. Make haste with preparations.
Believe this. The enemy officer has been defeated.
providing aid in this battle in accordance with our pledge to the people of the North. However, seeing as Cao Cao is loyal to the Han court, we have no objections to taking his life.
Is that it? Time to act. Time for a good old fight. Get ready. On the left. Rush. My power alone is insufficient for a comeback. The enemy officer has been defeated.
You are a snake, guarding the corrupt throne to satisfy your endless avarice. Chaos has stricken the land, and the tears of the weak pool at the feet of the Emperor. That is why you must be eliminated. To bring peace.
Worthy adversary indeed.
Do not know who you are or from where you hail. But you seem to be driven by a strong conviction.
Wait, let me teach you what happens when you charge into things head first.
Let's bring glory to our forces.
The resistance is futile.
I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I have been blasted. Time to act. This can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Impossible. This cannot be.
I can't believe we managed to drive back such a large force. We may be outnumbered, but this battle is far from hopeless.
Send it, Wen Zhou. Attack Yanjin and bring me Cao Cao's head.
I've been waiting for this.
Our next target will likely be the enemy forces of Yanjin. This time, we can send some of our soldiers to the front. We can cross the river to the north and attack the enemy from behind. We must also be prepared to scale the cliffs on the way.
Could it be? That's not possible.
There must be something.
Sash has been defeated.
Of the sacred Bailuan.
Protect those
eyes. Yes.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I judge the situation poorly. You appear when you're most needed. That is a talent in itself. Time is right. We should attack now.
Bring him down. Can't hold him much longer. Way through.
Normally, one seeks to overcome their opponent on the battlefield through superior resources. You, on the other hand, depend on your wits and courage. You may be my enemy, but I do admire your will to fight. You might even color me intrigued by it.
I'm starting to get fatigued. At this rate.
The moment has come.
I shall put an end to you with my intellect.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Time to... I'd like to bring joy to our forces. Take this.
I have conquered this area.
Don't know how much more I can take.
What a predicament. Even so, I shall not abandon hope.
Attack.
Don't care myself. My inexperience is showing. See it.
Let's get through this. This is quite the embarrassment, right? I think I'm gonna have to pull back.
Take this.
I have crushed this enemy officer beneath thee!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Attack! He's not alive!
We must find a way to overcome this situation. Can't believe it.
The enemy officer of all places defeated.
We must recover morale.
Prepare yourselves!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
There we go!
The enemy officer.
There's no virtue in dying for so little. I shall retreat and fight another day.
Gained the upper hand. Things ought to be fun from here on out.
Forgive me for imposing on you in such a manner. I am ready to face any punishment.
Victory is sweet.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go! Just the right time. Quickly, lend us a hand. I am Liu Zhou, one of Yuan Shao's greatest fighters. Any who believe themselves worthy may test their might against me. So your bravery isn't without justification. Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Damn it all. Why did it have to end like this?
What? Guan Zhang has fallen. This is not possible. What on earth happened? I could foresee
losing either Yanliang or Wenshou, but for both to have been slain. You fought well this time, Cao Cao. But this brings you no closer to matching our might. In the end, there can only be one victor, and that will be me!
Winning the first battle bodes very well for our side, but overcoming their greater numbers will prove to be difficult.
Let's go!
This is not where we will strike the final blow. We will pull our forces back for now. This was a great victory, and it is owed to your wisdom and strength.
We are humble, but it is not yet over, my lord.
Aye, we've swatted away some of their troops, but the flow of the battle has not yet shifted.
It looks like Yuan Shao is continuing his march south. They will overrun us if we do not intercept them.
To defeat a large army, we must first take advantage of the terrain. We will draw back the front line to Guan Du. There, we shall make our stand against Yuan Shao.
Zuluan, it's been too long. So it really was you. I never would have expected this. But why didn't you tell me where you were? What are you saying, Zuluan? Don't tell me you've forgotten who I am. You won't answer? Or maybe you can't. Then it's true. You really have forgotten everything. Well, I suppose I should have known. If you had your memories, you wouldn't have allied yourself with Cao Cao, the usurper of the Han. You have forgotten your mission, your ideals, and the promises you made. And now you're floating aimlessly through life. Yet even so, you are unable to escape your fate as a guardian of peace. You submit to a higher power and act as a weapon for them, just as you did as a guardian of peace once before. Though this seems even more pitiful, Zhuhe, what did she say to you in the end? Did she tell you to forget everything and live on, or to pursue true peace? If you can't remember, then let me remind you. Zhuhe is dead. You were there when it happened. And now you're living a carefree life, free from any memory of her death. Perhaps that is the greatest insult of all. Remember, Zuluan!
you crying? Go, Ziluan. Down your own path. Are you crying? I'm fine. Go, Ziluan. Down your own path.
I thought you had both died. I never imagined. I thought I was alone. Maybe I was being foolish, desperately clinging to a past that will never return. I have some advice for you, Zuluan. If you insist on following the Han and allying with Cao Cao, then I will not hesitate to stand against you once more. You must remember who the Han are to us. Well, the point may be moot if Cao Cao is crushed by Yuan Shao in the next battle. I look forward to seeing him struggle.
Zhuhe. I see. I had been wondering who she was and why she chose to help you. It may be that the Zhuhe you saw was a mirage, created by your own sense of guilt. That seems to be the logical conclusion. Ziluan, I believe now is the time for you to face the real Zhuhe. You should figure out what it was that all of you staked your lives to accomplish. You, Zhuhe, Bailuan, and all of the Guardians of Peace. Don't you think you're underestimating me, Ziluan? I think you ought to place a little more faith in me. The key to unlocking your past is most likely the incense used by the Guardians of Peace. Well, while you've been off fighting, I've been busy myself. Very busy, in fact. However, I'm afraid the truth is crueler than you might imagine, Ziluan. I would understand if you wish to avoid learning the truth. That too is a valid choice. But if you do decide you want to unravel your past, it would be my duty as a doctor to offer my full assistance. That said, we had best try out the incense first of all. I will be rather embarrassed if it doesn't help you remember anything.
I heard something's about to happen in Guandu. Even with such an eminent family, Yuan Shao stands out as true.
Everything's gotten so expensive. I'd better choose carefully here.
So you remember? We fought the government forces that came to purge our village and were cut down. And now, you know. I am but a fragment of your memory, a mirage from your past, born of your deep, painful regret over having survived that day. I think this will probably be the last time you'll see me. You do not need me anymore. Because now, you remember it all. The dreams we shared, the path we chose, the hopes that I passed on to you. I made my own choices, my own decisions. I lived my life without regrets. Feeling guilty for our deaths only cheapens our resolve. So please, do not blame yourself anymore. From this point on, do not let your desire to atone for your past shape your future. Instead, be guided by your will to see your choices through. Now, go forth. You do not need to look back at us anymore. Of course, I always will. Ziluan, take care of Bailuan for us.
Good. It seems you were able to remember Zhuhe. That success is a weight off my mind. You did well. I officially pronounce you cured, which means my work is complete. Yes, there is nothing more to be done. No, I think not. Now that you've rediscovered your past, you've no more need of a doctor. Besides, I was thinking of taking a trip to the place where my father studied medicine. Better late than never, huh? As for you, Ziluan, you will be fine without me. Now that you know who you are, you're free to live your life as you wish. Such maudlin sentimentality. That doesn't sound like my Ziluan at all. Did you eat something strange? But yes, despite my teasing, our journey has been one of the most rewarding times in my life. I'm met so many people, all fighting to survive this chaotic era. On second thought, maybe I could linger for a while longer yet. After all, what better place to fulfill my duty? Well, I call it a duty, but it's a humble matter compared to the exploits of someone like yourself. I learned medicine from my father, and he from his father. Along with that knowledge, they passed down the ideal of healing the sick and aiding the wounded. Now that I'm of a certain age, it's my duty to pass that ideal on to someone else. Just as Zhuhe passed her dreams and ideals on to you. Which is a roundabout way of asking, would you let me travel with you a little while longer? Thank you, Ziluan. I mean, that is to say, I shall continue to be at your service and provide what help I can.